at the podium is,
Tim,
well,
first
you know
question
it is.
right here.
It's LeBron James.
Right here in the front.
Let's listen.
On the right.
Yeah, Tim.
You talked yesterday about how you don't need any more motivation, but being back here, playing in June, surrounded by finals signage, all of those things, how can you avoid there not being more motivation right now? And what effect is it having on you?
Tim, man, I'm blessed, man. That's all I can say. I mean, this is my 5th appearance in the finals. I'm blessed. I was a kid who watched so many finals appearances and you know, watched Michael Jordan and, you know, watched Shaq and Kobe and, you know, watched finals games, throwback finals games of Magic and Bird and Isaiah and so many teams and Hakeem and those guys in the mid-'90s. I just wished and prayed that maybe one day I could sit up there and see the finals verbiage behind me and be a part of this. So, like I said, I don't need extra motivation. This is motivating enough, man. I'm extremely blessed.
But just to follow up on that quickly, if it is your 5th time here, how do you keep that feeling new? How do you continue saying that you feel blessed when, I mean, it might get, I don't want to say it gets old, but this is your 5th time in 8 years. How does that feeling stay the same as it felt in '07?
Because for me, I just live in the moment. I live in the moment. It's an exciting time for not only myself, but for my friends and my family, for my city, where I'm from. Every time I come up here and talk to you guys or I do something, you know, very well on the basketball floor or off the floor, you know, my city is rewarded by that. So my family is rewarded by that. My friends is rewarded by that. So, you know, the kids and, you know, all the kids in the world that look up to me is rewarded by that. So, you know, that's enough for me. That's enough to get me by. Everything else is extra credit.
Brian, back left.
LeBron, when you guys played Spain in the Olympics the first time, it was such a good game. People wanted to see it again, and the second one was just as good. A lot of people have the same feeling about this series. Do you foresee that's possible? And I guess when you're involved in it, do you ever say it'd be cool to play them again, or just whoever's in front of you is in front of you?
Well, I mean, you hope that it's going to be a great series for both teams' sake, for the fans that love our game. You hope it could, you know, be one of the great finals appearances. As far as seeing them again, I think what both teams will say, it doesn't matter. You just hope that you get back and be able to put yourself in a position to kind of do it again. Win, lose, or draw. You want to be able to put yourself in a position where you can try to win one. So, you know, we're excited about this opportunity to represent the Eastern Conference, and we look forward to it.
Mark on the left.
LeBron, have you had any conversation with Magic or Jordan or any legend that kind of puts in, where they put in perspective what it means to have all these finals appearances?
No, I never had a conversation with anybody about what it takes to get to this point. I think I can relive one conversation that I had with Jerry West and with Isaiah. I talked to them after I lost in the finals my first year in Miami, and just asked them questions about what it took to get over the hump. And obviously, I don't know if you guys know the story of Jerry West, the multiple times that it took for him to finally get over the hump, and then also Isaiah. And you know, they gave me some great pointers that I like to keep in my Rolodex until I decide to write a book when I'm done. You know, but those guys were very helpful. But for me, my road has been kind of walk by myself and kind of learn from experience. And you know, even though that I've got so many great words from Isaiah and Jerry West, you can only live in your own life and on your own path and make your own course. And I've been fortunate enough to do that.
And how much have you changed as a player and as a person since that Dallas finals?
I think more than a player, I just grew as a man. You know, I have a beautiful family. You know, I'm a father to two. You know, I grew even more as a man, both on and off the floor, and I think that's what helped my game. I understood that I needed to become better after that finals appearance, and I took onus to it. I went back to the basics in every aspect of the sense of the word, and you know, it's helped me to this point today.
Michael on the left.
Michael Lee, Washington Post. LeBron, you have a chance to win your 3rd straight title, and knowing how few people have been able to do that. What do you think that would mean for your legacy, and also how much respect or how much you have for Tim Duncan, the fact that he's been able to keep a franchise relevant for 15 years?
To answer the first question, to just be in this position to be able to win a third straight, it's a blessing. I couldn't ask for more, and this is an opportunity for me to do what I always wanted to do, and that's to continue to win championships. That's what I'm here for. My legacy will speak for itself after I'm done playing the game of basketball, something that I can't control. I worry about what I can't control, and that's how I approach the game on and off the floor every single day. As far as Tim Duncan, I think he's one of the greatest to ever play our game. He's still solidifying his legacy at this point, if you would say, just because in the sense that he's still playing at one of the highest levels of any guy that's played this long. To keep this team and this franchise relevant for over 15 years is amazing. And to see what he does on the floor every single night, and year after year, people count him out and count this franchise out because of this whole old epidemic that we have in sports. Just lets you know what type of person and what type of player and what type of passion he has for the game.
Over here on the right.
LeBron, to follow up on Michael's question a little bit, I think you were in 8th grade when Tim won his first championship.
99?
99.
Yeah, I was a freshman in high school.
Okay, so something like that. Do you remember any of it? I know you have this sort of photographic memory for past things. Do you remember watching it? Do you remember any observations of Tim at the time? Yeah,
I thought it was weird, the fact because it wasn't a full NBA season, and I had got used to watching full NBA seasons, and that's when I really started to. I mean, I love the game, but that's when I really started to get serious with it. So, to see. Tim Duncan out there and David Robinson. It was like, win one for David Robinson, But Tim Duncan was definitely the premier player out there on the floor. And, I think it was huge. I think it's great when you can, as a kid, you watch somebody celebrate and win a championship. You hope that you could put yourself in their shoes. And not knowing that I will face him in the finals years later, or even this is my 3rd time facing him. So. I think it's pretty cool.
And can you see, I know you've talked about a little bit about how long you want to play, and eventually there'll come a time where you may not be able to play at the level you want, but could you ever see yourself changing your game in the way that Tim has changed it as he's gone through the years, or do you feel like he hasn't changed it all that much?
Yeah, I can. I think, when Timmy D first started, they were more of an inside-out team. I think our league was more inside-out. You would work the ball in the post, and if you were doubled, then you kick it out, and it was a repost, and they had the team to do it with David and Timmy. I think our league has transformed into a pick and roll team, outside in, and if you have the luxury of being able to throw it down into the post, it's like almost like extra. It's like an extra bonus. And for them, they have a Hall of Famer to be able to throw it down to when games can get a little erratic with a lot of pick and roll spread offenses. I've changed my game since I got to Miami, in the sense of I was probably 75–80% pick and rolls in Cleveland, and after that it was isolation. I think now I'm a third of pick and roll, a third of post-ups, and now I would even say 40% post-ups, 40% pick and rolls, and probably a little bit, not even as much ISOs. I would sprinkle in fast break points. So I've changed my game in that sense, and I will change my game again. I mean, you have to. Father of Time is undefeated. So me high flying and doing the things that I'm able to do now at 29, 36, maybe I won't be able to do it. So I will change my game again if I want to continue to be helpful to a team.
Last two quick questions, Chris, and here in the middle.
LeBron, sometimes you hear people say the Spurs gave it away last year, or they should have won it last year. Do you guys ever feel slighted when you hear stuff like that?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I can't sit here and lie to you, Chris. We do. We feel slighted in the fact that, the game did go, it went 7. It went 7. It wasn't like it was 3-0. And, they had us in game 4, and we took it, and then we won 4 straight. If you look at the numbers, if anybody go back to the numbers, you look at the lead changes, the ties, and the points in that series, it's almost even. I don't know the numbers exactly, but I know they're very, very, very close, from the lead changes to the ties and to the points. So, you know, we did our part. They did their part. Both teams put themselves in a position to win an NBA championship, and we just happened to make one or two more plays, and you know, to win it. And you know, but at the end of the day, it doesn't take away that we did win last year, but that's last year. You know, last year is last year, and we're excited about it. But you know, this trophy this year belongs to nobody. You know, it's up for grabs.
I mean, they're motivated by last year. Are you guys motivated at all by that too, to be a little more definitive? I'm sure you'll take it however you get it, but
you know, I think they are motivated. I think motivation can only go so far. How much motivation can carry you to a championship, I'm not sure. At the end of the day, it's 5, 10 guys on the floor, it's 3 refs, and it's 1 basketball. You got to make plays. I can't shoot the ball and say motivation, make it go in. You know, I can't sit in the lane and take a charge and say motivation, let me get this call. Motivation, yes, can carry you to some things. I agree, because I had it a lot after we lost in 2011 to the Mavericks. But at the end of the day, you still got to make plays. You still got to go out and play the game of basketball and do it the right way. And then hopefully, you know, you can sit back and say, well, I did everything it took to win. Win, lose, or draw, I'm satisfied with it.
Final quick question in the middle.
LeBron, last week Frank Vogel called you the Michael Jordan of this era. Can you just talk about what that meant to you, and do you feel like that added more pressure on you to come out here and win this 3rd title in a row?
Well, it makes me relevant. You know, I'm always humbled by anytime I'm compared to one of the greats. Obviously, you know, in all our eyes, Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever play our game. So to even be in the same breath as Michael Jordan is very humbling, and it lets me know that I've done something right so far. As far as the pressure, I put no pressure on this finals. I don't really care what people say about me, or how people categorize my so-called legacy or what they think I should be. I play this game at a high level. I put myself in a position to help our team succeed. I play for my teammates, play for our team, the city of Miami, my friends and my family. I give it all for that. And at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, I'm satisfied with that. I don't really get involved in what people say about me and my legacy. That I think is actually kind of stupid.
Thank you. This concludes the session for this afternoon.
Well, interesting to hear
Thank you.
LeBron talk about this sense of self and about how they went about winning the championship last year, and he's given that some thought as well. The heat on the practice floor will continue at our NBA Finals Media Day here at AT&T Center right after this.